Next, we're going to talk about how to create a discussion forum in Canvas LMS. So I want you to go to your Canvas course, go to a module that you're working on, and we'll start from there. So I'm in my Canvas class. I've got my module. Looks like I have one assignment for researching a career. I have another assignment for my quiz. Now I'm going to add a discussion. So I'm going to click this big plus button right here like I always do. Hit the plus button. My options are assignment, quiz, file, page. We are going to choose discussion. If I had discussions from previous semesters, I would find them here. If the publisher of my textbook provided discussion forums, I would find them here. I'm going to click new topic. I'm going to type discussing the sociological imagination. Going to add the item there. I'm going to click this button right here to publish the discussion. Again, it's just 4 words, discussing the sociological imagination. I need to give it some sort of content. So I'm going to click on this. It's going to take me to the summary page. And it looks like there's no information here. So I need to edit it. I put in my directions here. I say explain the sociological imagination. I could say apply it to your life. I could write respond to a classmate. Let's say 2 classmates. Respond to 2 classmates with at least 200 words. For applying it to your life, I'll say 200 words. Let's do explain the sociological imagination and apply it to your own life for 200 words. Response to 2 classmates with at least 200 words. I can say allow threaded replies. That means students are able to respond to each other, so it's very clear that they're responding to each other. I always click allow threaded replies. I would recommend that you do as well. Users must post before seeing replies. I always click this option. It's very important. You want your students to try to answer the question themselves before seeing what everyone else in the class has said. If you don't click this box, your student who answers it late in the week is going to read everyone else's answer and pretty much just regurgitate it without thinking for themselves. So I always click that box as well. I want this to be a graded discussion, so I'm going to click graded. We can do this as a group discussion. That's a little bit more advanced. I do like using groups, but I'm not going to explain the intricacies of groups at the moment. Points, I'll give it 10 points, 20 points, 30 points, whatever you want to do for your classroom. Again, you can do it as a percentage, complete, incomplete, a letter grade. I tend to like points, but you can do what you want in your classroom. I'm going to create a new group here and call it discussion. And every time I have a discussion assignment, I will put it in the discussion group. And that way I can see, how did you do on writing assignments? How have you do on discussions? Every once in a while, I'll have a student who just skips all of the discussions. And I'll say to them, your discussion grade for the entire semester is pretty poor. You got to start getting on the discussion board. I have other students that will skip writing assignments, and their writing group assignment percentage will be low. And it just allows you to sort of get that bigger view of your class. It doesn't impact the grades. It just helps you see the patterns in your students' work. I do not do peer reviews on discussion boards. If you're interested in that, please come talk to me. I'm going to give it a due date. I'm going to say June 18th. All around. I have some directions. If I wanted to, you can add, links to other things in your class. You can add files. You can add images. There's a lot of things you can do, to make your class more exciting. If I wanted to, I can add Harry Potter in here. There we go. And I click save. And now we have a discussion assignment. Explain the sociological imagination, apply it to your life. They have to respond to 2 classmates. There is a due date, June 18th. And if the student wants to do it, they click reply. If you click here, you are subscribed and you will receive information about as students as they do this assignment. If you want to unsubscribe, you click this green button. I'm going to click back on my modules. And now you see I have an assignment, a quiz, and I have discussion. If I click on my syllabus, for June 18th, my students have 3 assignments due, a quiz, a discussion, and a writing assignment. Looks pretty good. I have to finish my syllabus. If I click on grades, or if the students click on grades, they can see how they're doing in the course. The instructor can see how students are doing in the course. Look, I have a grade column for my discussion. I would click on Speed Grader, these little dots here, click on Speed Grader, and I can grade each student's response in the discussion board. I could comment to them. I also have the option, I'm going to go back to my class, of going to discussions on the course navigation menu. I'm going to click on discussion. And if any of my students answer this discussion, I can publicly comment in the discussion board myself rather than through the gradebook. It's good for teachers to be active in the discussion board, publicly commenting on what's going on, but you can do things through the gradebook if there's something you need to correct and you care about the students' feelings.